Hi, everyone. My name is Nilesh Mathure. I'm one of the co founders of SaaS Tribe. And today we have Ilan Harel, who's the founder of Consulto. There's a lot of interest in Consulto, and there's been some great discussions going on in the community. And today we're going to have an overview from the founder. How great is that? We also have Win. So, Win, thanks for joining. Win is the other co founder of SaaS Tribe. Win, why don't you go and introduce yourself? And then we'll give Ilan the opportunity to introduce himself and talk a little bit about Consulto. And we also have Sofia Benchkara from Consulto. She's the marketing manager, and she's going to answer any questions. So thank you, Sofia. Yes, please, Win, go ahead.
Hi guys. Yep, I see Jason's joined us already. Thanks. Is it Ian or Ellen? Sorry, is it
Ilan, Ilan.
Ilan? Nice to have you with us, Ilan. And yeah, looking forward to checking out Consulto today. Hey, Elston, see you've joined us as well. Hey, Jason.
Ilan, please go ahead.
So first, thank you so much for having us here. I'm super thrilled to share a little bit about Consulto with the community. I have here Sophia, which is our marketing manager. She will answer chats over there. And I will start with, would you like me to start with a presentation of the Consulto, of the company?
Yeah. So why don't we go in? Why don't we take get some background around Consulto, and
Sure.
then we can jump into the whole presentation and overview part, and then we'll of course take questions as well. So, Ilan, I hope you have a lot of time because we will have questions for sure.
Sure thing.
Okay.
So a little bit about Consulto. We were founded in 2018, and our goal was always to build a system that will help companies go personal again. When all solutions around 2016, 2018 went left to automation and bots, we decided that there will be enough companies in the world that will want real communication with their customers, and that's why we built Consulto. Since then, we grew, and our engagement with Appsumo started in 2019. Actually, when they approached us first, we said, "No, guys, we're not ready yet." And then in 2020 again, and we said, "No, we're not ready yet." In 2021, a few months ago, we re-engaged and we decided to go, and here we are with you guys with the baked solution that we built. So what are we trying to solve? Basically, there are about 15 million professional sales and consulting services in the US today. And when I say professional sales, I mean real estate brokers and car dealerships. And when I say consulting services, I mean legal consulting like lawyers and tax accountants and telehealth like doctors and therapists. And they're moving online, right? Everyone's moving online today, but they didn't maximize the move online. And when I say maximize the opportunity of moving online, look at e-commerce. So in e-commerce, they really maximize the opportunity, right? You have one-stop shop solutions for e-commerce. For example, you can build an Amazon store or Shopify in just a few days. And not only that, but in e-commerce, the entire interaction happens within the website, from first engagement to the purchase. And this is what makes e-commerce so powerful. But for our professional salespeople, the website is just that first touch point. Those
Yeah.
lawyers, real estate brokers, car dealership doctors, therapists, they may have websites, but these are more like business cards. They're static, and they can't personally sell or consult from them. And the question is why? And the answer is because today launching a call with a website visitor is just too complicated. It's practically impossible. You need to send links. They need to download something. They need to install something. The passwords need to be passed. And on top of that, their service is more than just initiating a call. It's a multi-level operation, right? They need to schedule the meetings with Calendly. They need to host the calls with the solutions like Zoom. Then they need to keep their notes with a CRM, HubSpot, for example. They need to host a live chat with Intercom, etc.
Yes.
These solutions are fractured. and the data is spread over multiple tools, and that's not good for business. It's not organized. As an example, where do you keep notes from your video conversations? Probably some tool, right? Because when you have a conversation on Zoom or Google Meet, it just vanishes after the meeting. And where do you keep call recordings? Probably somewhere in the cloud or in some local file, but it's not attached to that customer, right? That you just talked with. And basically, businesses need a variety of different tools from different vendors working smoothly together and tighten up to be able to connect all the dots. And that's hard to set up and costly to maintain. And that's why we built Consulto. We believe Consulto is the future of online customer interactions. Basically, we transform every website into a fully featured virtual office. And every business has a website today, right? So centered around video conferencing, we combine scheduling, persistent messaging, invoicing, and analytics all wrapped nicely in one package, fully branded and delivered from within the business's website. And I think it's a good time to go for the product demo. What do you say?
Sure. Yeah, we can jump into the overview. I just want to ask you, Ilan. So, based on the problem you're trying to solve, right, and salespeople. So, based on your product adoption, whoever is using it at present, what have you seen in terms of how have their sales affected, or how has their performance affected after using Consulto and bringing that into their workflow? What have you seen?
Okay, I actually have a slide on that. So
Okay.
first, a few use cases. Basically, we have customers from various industries and various domains, like telehealth, a lot, legal or lawyers, quite a bunch, accountants, dietitians, nutritionists, real estate brokers. Here, this company here is a real estate brokerage with a few agents on their website. This is a car company. This is another car company, Mercedes. Aesthetics companies, lots of aesthetics companies that want to do the initial qualification of their leads. They do it with our video chat solution. Look at these guys. They use WhatsApp because they want to communicate with chat, but they use Consulto for the video chat on their website. This is the main use of Consulto on their website. And there are quite a lot more. We even have a bunch in education, like a teacher and student, and customer service. So the benefit of consultant customer service is that you can easily show your screen to someone on the other side. One of the use case that we wanted to share with the community happened just a month ago. Ofir Tours is one of Israel's largest travel agencies,
Okay.
and they purchased the same Appsumo deal that you guys purchased in the past month, and they aim to seamlessly communicate with customers and improve their sales. And we talked with them and asked, guys, how was your impression from the deal that you purchased from Appsumo? And they said the following: 2 days after installing Consulto, they got their first deal of $50,000 on their B2B channel. This was very surprising to us, and we're going to use it afterwards because this was great to hear. They also shared with us a little bit of their what they saw. They checked their customer satisfaction, and saw that it grew. It is 80% with this tool, and new customers since they acquired 100 customers since July, so about 100 customers in a month. And this is what the CIO said. The consultant has improved our customer journey thanks to personalized experiences. Our CSAT, our customer satisfaction score, and return rates are fantastic. This is the vice president of one of Israel's largest tourist agencies. So, as I mentioned, we have customers in various domains, from consulting to complex sales to customer service and even education. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does answer my question. I do have some follow up comments on that, but why don't we go and I think you already shared the screen, so I'm going to jump into that. Give us an overview. We have a few comments and questions coming up as well. So why don't
Right.
we get in here? And yeah, that's a good starting point. Now let me,
Perfect.
yes.
Okay, so this is Consulta. This is our product. Okay, and basically, what I'm going to show you now. This is a product. This is our website, but we use our own product on our website. This widget, and we see that this is a multi-agent widget. We have myself and Sophia here, and I'm now going to log in, and we're going to see the back office of Consulto. So now I'm going to show you the other side, the agent side of the solution. We have the overview, which shows a little bit of statistics and like interaction stats and video calls that happened and were responded successfully and not successfully, and chats that happened. But the core of the solution is the chat center. One moment, please. The chat center. And in order to show you this in action, I'm not going to show you this here. I'm going to show you it on what we call the two-sided demo page. So this is very useful to playground. This is a very useful playground to play with the system. And here we see a two-sided demo where on the left side, it's the agent side, and on the right side, it's the customer side. It's a little bit squeezed up because it's on half of my screen, but that's why I'm gonna jump to this one and back from time to time. So what do we see here? We see on the left side the chat center, and on the right side we see the widget of Consulto. And like any other widget, we can send a chat message that will pop up on the left, and when they open it, it opens. That's pretty trivial. Any other solution does that in the market. But the main thing that we do, which is different than others, is that when I click the call button, we have a call starting from the website. And as you can see on the right side, this chat widget started a call within the website surrounded by the brand of the website. And on the left, the agent can play around with the chat as well as with the video chat. So I can move here through all my chats and all my other customers while having a video chat. And the customer has a chat, of course, tailored. So anytime the customer sends me a chat message, I will see it later on. And here I got a new message from Ilan. I'm going to open it and I see this hi here. And the nice thing here is that both sides can share their screen, so I can just turn my screen sharing on and off from either the customer side or the agent side, which is also very nice. I'm going to stop this because it's a little bit distracting, and I will go back to this one, okay? One of the other nice things that we have is the chat engager. So just a few words about this chat box. On the left, we see all the customers. Here we see the chat interactions which we had with our customers. It's not only chat, by the way. It's also meetings that were scheduled, a voice message that were sent, contact forms, images that were transferred between the sides, private notes. I can take a note of a session, and the customer will not see what I'm keeping for myself. Images, of course, and call recordings, which are also here. So if I had a call that was recorded, it's attached to the customer feed. So every time I want to go back to a certain interaction with the customer, I can see it based on this feed itself, and not, search it somewhere in the cloud with a name or something. Personal details, info, description, these are all as well here. And here I can search for all the media that was transferred between myself and my customers. I can also select, for example, only video conversations, and I'll see them here. So one of the nice things here is that I as an agent, I can also start a conversation with a customer. So for example, I'll do a small demo. Look, I want you to watch this gray part here. If I open Consulto on another tab, this will become green in a moment. And the reason is that sorry, you don't see this. The reason is that this widget was opened on the agent side. Now the agent can come and send something to the customer instead of the customer, and you heard that beep, instead of the customer responding to it. So that's the chat engager. We can see if someone is watching our website on green or not watching our website. Here, I'll close it and it will become gray because I have another tab with Consulto open. Black means they're just not, they don't have a tab of Consulto open, and red means there's an unread message.
That's great. So you just sent an outbound message to a visitor on your site, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's
Sent
great.
an outbound message.
Great.
Okay. And by the way, I hop in and out, and you can see this turning from green to gray because here I have Consulto open, so it immediately turns gray. And when I go to this tab, it will become gray in a moment. Yeah. So
Now,
everything here is connected. Sorry, what?
now, if that visitor on the site, if he is doing certain actions within my website, like say, for example, he goes on the pricing page, are there any triggers? Can I integrate it with like any third-party apps where based on customer actions, I can get an alert and I can send an outbound message of sorts, right, to the customer?
So basically, there are triggers, and we do send triggers and the information to the hosting company, to the hosting website. Sorry. You can see on our how-to page and documentation, sending user data webs. No, not this one. Just a moment. Here, listening to widget events. So events that the widget listens to. For example, someone sent a booking request, or opened the widget, or closed the widget, or sent a message, or started a call. All these we send to the hosting website. Yes, if that answers your question. But specific pages, the page knows where it happens, and we also can see here on the right on which pages the customer browsed and different times. Okay, so we have that as well.
That's very powerful. I think just before the session, I mentioned to you my background is around contact centers, so this is something which is very interesting. Although I won't ask you more questions, I've got to get a lot of folks to answer because this is an interesting platform you have here. But I want to
Okay.
give an opportunity to all the folks to answer all the questions as well. So, can we take some questions, Ilan, while we move forward, or do you want to
Sure.
complete your flow?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. And I think Sophia is doing a great job answering questions in the community. Thank you, Sophia. But here are a few ones. I'll take Josekar's question here. Can you switch to a responsive mobile view to see how the video call works on a mobile, please?
Oh yeah, sure. So wait, I can just call from my mobile device,
Yes.
and I'll show this to you. I'll just go to consulto.com on my mobile device instead of showing it on. It's going to be probably better this way. And I'm showing my screen, right? So you
Yes.
practically see it. And I'm going to do the video call. And here, I started the video call. You can see that this is my mobile, so we knew that this is me. I'm going to answer it. And you can see it in live, right? Here it is.
Great.
Okay, so this is this. And I hope that answered the question.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and then we can take. There's a question regarding credits, improving the call recordings monthly credits. So Sophia is saying you're going to share some information about it. Are you? Is this a good time
Right.
for you to share, or you need some more
Yeah,
time?
I can share the car recording issue was asked a couple of times on the groups, and we don't want to commit on something that we cannot fulfill later. As I mentioned, we didn't start the Appsumo campaign before we felt that we're fully ready and we can deliver a solution that people will want. And with regards to the call recording, with the cost structure that comes along with it, we just can't commit on an unlimited call recording. So what's going to happen? Two things happened since. One, we started trying to find a path to make it cheaper for us, or maybe even costly, or something that we can bear. That's already in. We're trying to find a path, and we have one investigation that may lead to a solution. The other thing is that we're going to enable add-ons pretty soon that will enable increasing or having a monthly quota of call recordings, which is pretty much what other teams do today. So I think we're going to align to other teams as well. But having that said, we're still looking for a solution that will make it unlimited for our customers.
Okay. Okay.
And by the way, I think one more note about that. The fact is that we really don't want to. I mean, we're here to be in business for a long time. We don't want to deliver something that will ruin our structure and we won't be able to deliver later, because we think that would be a much worse user experience for our customers. So we really want to respect their customers' money and deliver what we say.
Makes sense.
The
Absolutely. You need to be sustainable, right? And these kind of things, especially if you are using any APIs, like anything from Twilio or video APIs or things like that, there is a recurring cost associated with it.
Exactly. We hear so much of the teams in Appsumo that after they gave too much, and after the launch they had to shut down, and we don't want to be there. We want to give a sustainable solution for many years ahead, and that's where we have. That's one of the reasons we didn't give the call recordings, because we just don't feel comfortable with that.
Okay, makes sense. Now, I'm not saying that
Peer-to-peer
don't
technology.
don't do it completely, but whatever you do, I mean, as long as you are sustainable, that's the best approach. And
Right.
the gentleman who's asking the question, that's Joe. I hope as long as he's happy. So, from what I understand, you guys use peer-to-peer technology. What is the advantage of P2P versus a decentralized setup? Can you
Um,
elaborate?
okay, so basically, peer-to-peer is a buzzword. Everyone uses peer-to-peer first, and everyone uses centralized. What that means is that both Twilio and Vonage and Agora, they all of these service providers that provide APIs for video, for example, and even if you develop it at your house with other solutions like Jitsi and others, they have a peer-to-peer solution, which practically goes from your device through whatever servers that connect you to the internet to the other side. But in most cases, and especially if you have group meetings, you will have to go through a centralized server. That means, and these centralized servers, the benefits of them is that they purchased a more effective route between them. So, for example, if I have a connection with you now, Nilesh,
Yeah.
it will go through my server and then with a fast route to your server, and from there to your computer. That's very effective, and that's usually the better way to go. And it's a must when we're talking about more than two people on the meeting. So basically, we're using a solution that has both solutions. In some cases, we use the peer-to-peer, and in some cases, we use the routed way that I mentioned. By the way, in the internet, The distance between the distance between two dots is not necessarily the direct line between them. Just a moment. Sorry, it's 6 o'clock in the morning here, so this was my wake up call.
Well, thanks for doing this call and waking up early. I'm sure it's weekend, right? So hopefully get some more sleep after the session.
We'll take some rest. Don't worry. Okay, shall I continue with the scheduling?
Please continue. There are a lot of interesting questions, but guys, keep them coming, and then we will address them.
Okay, one of the things that we wanted to do
Yes,
was to have a raffle and give a giveaway
yes.
for a few lifetime deals. So the way we wanted to do this is that people go on our website right now. And by the way, Nilesh, can you give a number between 1 to 5?
3.
3, perfect. So the third person that will go to consulto.com, okay, hit the my widget here on the right and say hello will be the winner in the lifetime deal.
Oh, that's great. Okay, there we go. That's
Okay,
innovative.
and let's take action. So again, go to consulto.com, open the widget here on the right, and hit the hi. Okay, this can take a few moments. In the meantime, we're going to continue and share a few words about the scheduling. So one of the things, here we have the first one. You see, incoming chat message. We're going to see, we have 3, guys. We have 4. It's moving. Okay. Let's see who is the third one. This is the third one. 1, 2, 3. Alston, you're the winner. And Sophia will take your email and contact you later. Okay? Guys,
Yay!
thank you.
Congratulations,
That's
Alson.
one, Alston.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
awesome. Alson's a great guy. I'm glad he won. So that's very generous of you as well. Thanks a lot, Ilan, for doing that.
Sure thing.
No favorites. No favorites.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the scheduling. So we believe that scheduling, show me a busy calendar and it'll show you a successful salesperson, right? So one of the things we noted that you can have immediate conversations from the website, like live chat and immediate video chat, as we showed you before. But sometimes you need to schedule meetings, and that's everyone schedules meetings. And we also noted that there's a problem in the market. You can have, for example, a solution like Zoom, where you, as the agent or the representative, can schedule meetings with customers, but they can't schedule with you, right? So then you need another tool called, for example, Calendly, and they will schedule a meeting with you, right? But we said, hey guys, we can combine everything together. We're going to give a solution that is bidirectional appointment scheduling. So that's what we developed. And on the let me show you what it looks like. I will go here to the I just opened the widget, right? My same widget. I opened it. I went to the scheduling, and I will start the scheduling in a moment. But one thing I want to show you before that, I'm going to turn myself to busy. Okay, this is the busy. Here I can set my availability, available, busy, and offline. So I turn myself to busy, and I'm going to start a call. What do you think will happen? The customer got a message. Hi, I'm not available right now. Leave me a message or schedule a meeting. Why is this so important, and why it's not even possible with any other solution? Because to get this, you need to combine Zoom and Calendly and Intercom all together and very tightly, and that's just impossible. Why is it even important? Because someone just called you, and instead of losing the lead by them going away and turning off your website, You just collect the lead by either asking them to leave their details or even schedule a meeting, and that's where we get to the meeting scheduling solution. So you can set a meeting, and for example, on Wednesday. And one of the other nice things that we developed here was, do you know this situation where someone tells you, hey, let's meet tomorrow and or next week, and then you tell them, okay, give me a few time slots and I'll pick, right? So we imitated that in software. Okay, you can give one option and then another option and even a third option. And I'm gonna leave my, you know what, let's do this.
So,
This
question for
is,
you, Ilan, while you're doing that. Now, this is is showing busy because there's one agent logged in. If there is multiple agents logged in, then the call can be routed to somebody else within the organization.
so we still don't have that routing solution, but I'll explain what we do have.
Okay.
We can, if you look at the widget, I am busy and Sophia is available. And in fact, we have many more agents on our website. Okay, I can show you a bunch of other agents, and we can decide who is to show only two. For example, right now we're showing only two. We can prioritize them by their availability so that the available ones will be on the top and the non-available ones will be on the bottom. And we can also filter them by their availability. So instead of showing this site with myself busy and Sophia, it would show only Sophia because she's available to take a call. So it's
Okay.
still not call routing, which we plan to develop in 2022, but it's a solution that helps people navigate and select the right person for their need. By the way, why did we develop this multi-agent widget? I mean, everyone has, or many chat solutions have like something that looks like a single agent widget, but behind the scenes there are many chat people or many representatives speaking. And the reason we did this is that in video chat, you're going to see that person in, face to face in a few moments. You can't select some faceless avatar and then it just doesn't work. So we decided to develop a list where people can select from one of the agents, and then they can start a meeting with that representative. Let me show you what it would look like on one of our customers. This is I hope that someone's online. Okay, no one's online, but I could have shown you. I mean, they have like 4 or 5 agents that are online. You would see it like a list of many agents. Maybe I can find it in the back and behind the scenes someone that has now someone available at this time. You know what? Maybe it will be difficult because it's the weekend. But anyways, this is what it looks like. Like many. There could be many agents with different titles and specializations and expertise, and that's how the customer can select which agent they want to speak with. Um, so just going back to the calendar, and I showed you how I created a call. Now I can accept one of the meetings, right? Because my customer gave me a few alternatives to select from. I can suggest another time. I can decline it, of course. And once I accept it, of course, an email is sent to both sides saying that the meeting is confirmed, and this is now on my calendar. And I have a calendar view, and I have an agenda view, so we can play with them. And as I promised, you can send a meeting request to your customer with the same mechanism, and the customer will get this email linking with a page that they need to select the preferred time for the meeting and accept it. In the settings page, people can set the available times and lots of other features here, but we recently launched the Google Calendar sync, so this can be synced also to your Google Calendar. One of the things that I didn't talk about yet is the click and talk page. Now, this is super useful for people that don't want to bring their customers to their website, or they don't have a website, or they just want this to be an isolated area. So the click and talk page is just a page where it's a replica of the widget. We have the same functionalities like the chat, like the video chat, the scheduling. Everything is more or less the same, but it's a unique and permanent link. So you can put it on your email signature, you can put it on your website, and you can put it as a link on your website, and people will come here instead of using the widget. So this is another alternative that many people prefer. And we have both. So both the click and talk page and the widget within the website. Another nice thing that I wanted to show is that you can connect your own buttons on your website to the Consulto widget. What do I mean by that? You can create a listing of people or products where every button will trigger a certain agent on the website and certain activity like scheduling, like video call, like chat. Let me show you our contact page. Okay, look, it shows that I'm busy. And by the way, this is a Webflow website, nothing related to Consulto. We just embedded the widget as you would do on your website. And the way we did this, that this shows busy, is that the widget sends information to the hosting website, and the hosting website can take it and change the CSS of any button so that it shows busy offline and offline as we want. If I turn myself to green here now, you'll see that this became available in a fraction of a moment. And if I hit one of these buttons, this will start a call. See? And again, this is an external button on the website. Few really last things that I wanted to show, if that's fine, is the integration to Zapier. Integrations to Zapier and webhooks, which we developed and we're continuously developing, and integrations with Google Calendar and Google Analytics. So, for example, if you want all the activities happening on the widget to be transferred to your Google Analytics, you can do it here, and this will automatically send events to your Google Analytics. This is very powerful. As you mentioned, you want sometimes to see events and link them to other solutions, so this will be an answer. And the last thing I wanted to show is a feature we developed not a long time ago. And think about the following situation. You're in a conversation with a customer, and during the conversation, you want to show a product. And the product could be a house, a car, an espresso machine, or whatever. So you pop up this box with this customer and you hit the present, and immediately both sides will see the product that you're talking about. In this case, this is a little car that we like. And you as the agent can turn it around and play with it. And you can zoom in and pan and whatever. Look at the sun. This is just beautiful. I love this here. And the nice thing is that the customer can also do the same. Okay, now I'm on the customer side. I'm going to turn the car around, and the agent will see exactly what I'm talking about when I say that I want to replace the tire or something, or the wheel. So both sides see the same thing, and that's one of the reasons that we say that Consulto is all about simplifying, organizing, and boosting the interaction between businesses and customers. I think that's it with the demo. I'd be happy to answer any other questions, and if not, we have a few more slides.
Yeah, I mean, there is a few questions and comments. Wayne, do you want to ask anything before?
I've got tons of questions, but why don't you pull out some of the questions of the audience first, and then we'll
Yeah.
get on to.
Okay. So I have a comment here from Alston. I check performance of Consulto widget, and then there's an image he's sharing, and looks it's taking around 4 seconds combined for widget calls. My question: can we make call for widget using code from footer? Does video call support all mobile phone types or software versions? Can also have sh- can also share some insights, performance insights you process you employ in regard if our client has slow internet.
Okay.
There's a few
First,
questions there.
great questions. Thank you. Can you show the questions again on the?
Oh
Where can
yes, yes, yes.
There's like 3 questions rolled into
Okay,
one.
perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay.
We don't need
So,
any more questions. That's it.
all
just,
right.
just kidding.
So one with regards to the uh, 4 seconds. So yes, you can put the widget wherever you want on the HTML page as long as there's one script, it will work. The second thing is that it's loaded asynchronously.
Mm-hmm.
It's loaded asynchronously. That means that it will not stop any other action or activity. And the third one is that it should download no more than 400 kilobytes, if I remember correctly, the last time I checked, which is not it's like an image on your website. And again, if you want to have video calls, yes, we need to download some more than a simple text solution. But again, it's not very far from that. So that's number one. The second question was, or the third question was regarding the support for mobile types and software versions. So basically, older phones will not support WebRTC, especially if we're talking about iOS phones, which didn't update to the latest iOS versions. Basically, we support today all the 4 major browsers: Edge, Firefox, Safari, and Chrome. And lastly, you can see exactly which browsers are supported and not on our how-to pages. So if you just go to our website and scroll to the bottom, and and you'll see it here, if I remember correctly: troubleshooting, bandwidth requirements to use Consulto, and which devices and browsers support Consulto. So here you can have all the answers to those questions. With regards to tips when the bandwidth is weak, I would suggest, as in any other tool, to use to remove the video from the call and have only audio only. Other than that, that's what it is, guys. In order to transfer video, we need the bits flying from side to side.
A question on that. In terms of the video, does your system transcode the video and and stream the most optimized bitrate and quality for the device that's viewing? So if you're on a desktop, obviously you've got a bigger screen, but if you're on a mobile, then obviously you can stream a lower bit video without impacting anything, really.
Sorry, was that a question?
Yeah, that's a question. So I'm just wondering if your system ingests the video and converts it in real time, or does it just feed one quality of video? Doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter on the device.
No, the video quality changes all the time, including when you resize the window, for example. So if
Okay.
everything changes on the fly, and you can, it changes.
Perfect.
It definitely optimizes itself. However, again, in low bandwidth situations, it will downgrade and it will remove the video from the screen in case it doesn't have enough bandwidth for the video. And I think it's better just to do it yourself if you feel that the bandwidth isn't sufficient.
Okay.
So Ilan, I have a question. It says, it seems like you're targeting SMBs. What is the size of the customer, ideal size of the customer you're targeting, right?
So today we're supporting companies from 1% to 200. Okay, that's our sweet spot. The solution is that's the range that we support today. I guess our favorite is, we don't have a favorite. We love them all.
Okay. Okay. So my follow-up question, look, in a contact center environment, you have agents. And when an agent, like, it could be, most of the contact centers would be omni-channel, right? So what I mean is, like, agent answers an email, he's answering a phone call, then he's answering SMS, and then there is a video call which comes in, right?
Right.
How would you integrate Consulto with an existing contact center? Like, would you pass
Right.
on a webhook or a state of the agent, or or you get
Right.
some sort of an information back saying that, hey, the agent you are contacting is busy, maybe not in Consulto, but he's busy in some third-party contact center, and so on, back and forth, right?
So, right. So right now we have only one-way webhooks, meaning from Consulta, whenever we get a notification or a contact form right now, we're sending it outbound, either with Zapier or with webhooks.
Yes.
We're going to develop uh, pretty soon the same webhooks for the scheduling. So all the interaction that went, back and forth with the scheduling will be the same. And the one of the main things that we have, which is different than other solutions, is the call recording. So the call recordings actually have a specific link. Let me show you this actually in action. So they have a specific link, and this specific link, let me find one here. So if I can send this by email, and I can also share this. This share button, if I go here and open it, this is a specific link that is available for a few days, 3 days, and it shows the call recording to the customer. So this specific link is going to be sent also with the webhooks to the third party. And the reason is that most of the third party CRMs just don't have a way to hold these call recordings. So we enabled this. So as I mentioned, going back to your question, all the interactions that we say right now are going from Consulto to an external CRM. We will later, or somewhere in 2022, we are planning to develop inbound, meaning if there was, for example, an email coming in or another call, as you suggested, we will also be able to handle that. But right now, we don't have it.
Got it. That's great.
How much for the recording upgrade? Because you were saying earlier that that's not included in the Appsumo deal.
Right. We still didn't launch. So we developed the call recording very, very fast just to be able to launch it with Appsumo and to qualify it for the Appsumo. We still haven't developed what we're waiting for with regards to the call recording upgrades or monthly quota is our Stripe integration, which we are working on right now. And we still don't have the pricing, but it will not be something very significant. Okay, we're trying to cover our costs, especially for the Appsumo community, and not a big deal. Okay, don't expect $20 per user or something like that. Okay, it will be something that we will feel that we can cover our costs and manage it.
Okay. Joe in the group here mentioned something to do with credits. I don't see on that on the Appsumo deal page. Do you want to just talk about that real quick? I'm not sure what that's about.
Sorry, what?
He's talking about something. He mentioned something to do with credits and they're non-renewing. They
Yeah,
one-time use credit.
sure. That's the exact same question about the call
Oh
recordings
yeah.
because we
Okay.
gave a bundle of call recordings, which is pretty significant. Okay, like 1,000 call recordings in tier 5, if I remember correctly, which is quite a lot. I mean, when was the last time you recorded a call with a customer? It doesn't happen every day. And for those who do use it on a constant and continuous basis, these are the ones that will enjoy the solution, and I don't think they will have a real trouble paying for the quota that we will charge every month. And again, I still don't know exactly how much it will cost. And it's non-renewing, by the way. So it's non-renewing the quota that we have today in Appsumo. That was a question.
So, Ilan, the features which you are going to, seems like you're going to develop a lot of features, and you've been around for 3 years. What happens to the Appsumo users, right? As you develop features and make this into an omni-channel contact center. I believe that's your vision. You want to make this into an omni-channel contact center platform for SMBs. What happens to all those features? Do you just get it?
So
Yeah.
they're tied. They will be tied to our clever or genius plans. By the way, none of the smart plans that we have on our website, and none of the enterprise. Enterprise is usually for customers, very large customers, where we also provide engineering hours and stuff. So that's a side of Appsumo. But anything between the clever and genius will stick with the Appsumo deals. Okay. And as I think you already understood that when I commit on something, I'm going to go with it all the way, and I'm not committing on anything that I can't. So that's what's going to happen with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So the reason I'm asking this question to you is basically, what happens on AppSumo is the companies come in and then they, users would typically buy into the plan, right? And then they would launch an important feature which they could have easily provided to the users, and they don't, right? And there is no way to upgrade it unless you go into a subscription, and then a lot of users would feel, this is wasn't such a wise idea. So I'm just asking you, because we are a community driven by users, like what features would you add into this AppSumo plan, right? I mean, I don't want to
Okay.
put you on a spot either, but it would be good if you clarify. So yeah.
Okay, so first I can share what's going to be what we're now working on. Okay, our highest priorities are the mobile application, which is almost ready. We wanted to launch it for this AppSumo campaign, but we just didn't make it. And the Stripe integration, and the third is the group meetings, which we're just starting these days. These
Okay.
will be aligned with the clever and genius. We're not going to have another plan. We will have different add-ons, which is fair. Think about it. All these companies, I understand both sides, right? I understand the community that purchased the lifetime deal, and then, hey, why do I need to keep on paying things when I purchase a lifetime deal? I understand that. I
Yes.
also understand the companies because they're convinced when they come to AppSumo, hey, you're going to get a lot of customers, a lot of traction, and you can later do some upsells and cross sells and stuff like that. So I understand both sides, but my philosophy here is one, to stick with the clever and genius. We're not going to do anything special to the AppSumo community. They're getting the clever and genius plans as they have. We have, as I mentioned, 3 plans or 4: smart, clever, and genius on our website. So they'll stick with the clever and geniuses as they purchase. Having that said, we're going to have add-ons. Okay, one of the add-ons, for example, that we already know is the money transfer. But money transfer is already part of the AppSumo deal, so they will continue having that. And we have the ability for each and every plan to decide exactly which features they will have. So this will stick and keep and be there. The call recordings, for example, this will be something that will cost money, again, because it costs us, so we couldn't give it for free. That's how I see it. I hope that answers it.
Okay. Okay. So thank you, Ilan, for answering that. I have a comment here. Says, if someone went to my page and was looking around, will I get an alert on my cell phone if I'm out at the store or away from my PC? How can I not miss the call? I know I can have them fill out a form or get on calendar. So, would they be able to get some sort of an alert notification if somebody's
Right.
inside? Yeah.
So the reason we're developing the mobile application, which I have on my phone, by the way, this is the Consulto mobile application on my phone, which is in test right now. I don't know if you can see it. The reason we developed this mobile application is just for these notifications. Otherwise, we have someone can use the web application. But in order to get these notifications, we know how important it is for our customers to see and answer any customer on their website. Again, because we use our own widget on our website, so we need it as well. So the answer is yes, you'll get notifications, probably not from someone that's just snooping around on your website, but for any chat, message, call, or schedule, yes. We can also add the feature, by the way, of someone just on your website. It's just another notification that we'll need to add. So it's not a big thing. If we see a large request from the audience, we will be able to do that.
Okay. Alston has another question. What will customers see when they are coming from unsupported device or browser?
I don't know because it's not supported. So basically, we know that in some cases, the video, in some very esoteric browsers, the video doesn't work. But these are from our tests. These account for less than half a percent of the population. So very rare, and we just I don't know. I can't comment on that.
In terms of integrations and stuff, so you got Zapier, you got Google Analytics. Is there any way, let's say for instance, I'm using paid media to drive people through some kind of sales pipeline or sales funnel. I want to know what the cost is per lead. I want to know what the cost is per conversation. Can I do that with your system?
So yes, you can do this with the system in the following manner. You will need to send the information from the widget to your Google Analytics, and assuming that you already contacted or connected your Google Analytics with your Google Ads or with whatever, you will have events that come from the Consulto widget and show exactly what happened. For example, an event on call start, an event on chat start, an event on open the widget, an event on scheduling a meeting. So all these conversions, you will have them on your Google Analytics, and from there you can connect them to anywhere else. And on your website itself.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I understand all that. That's good. Is there a way to drop custom JavaScript so that you can fire off your own pieces of JavaScript based on those events that you're seeing? I know how to do it in Google Analytics, and we could show the members here how to do it at some point. But in terms of adding your own, like a data layer push or some kind of, trigger using JavaScript, could you do that?
Yes, absolutely. So here in the advanced installation on our documentation, okay, if you go to the bottom and hit here help, you'll see that triggering the Consulto widget programmatically can be happen. And you can also listen to widget events programmatically. So you can see here all the events that happen on the widget. If you just create an event listener that looks like this on your website, you will be able to listen to these events.
Perfect. Awesome. Very handy. Thank you.
Sure.
Tim, just going a little bit further. So server side, you got webhooks, so you can send out an outgoing webhook to another server or another list, another endpoint somewhere using webhooks. I think that's really handy. What kind of data can you send through that webhook?
What kind of what? Sorry.
What kind of data can you send? Because you mentioned earlier.
Right. Okay.
So right now,
sure. Right now, both Zapier and webhooks, we send the contact form and the chat digest. I'm not sure the chat digest was already launched either, but if not, it's going to be launched this Monday or so. And later on, we're adding meeting events. So in a meeting, there are 6 types of events like invite, confirm or accept, decline, cancel, reschedule, and overdue, like the meeting has passed. So all these events will send to webhooks and Zapier as well.
Okay, perfect. If I wanted to kind of get data, sorry, Nilesh, you go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to address. I said, so Jenny Jones was asking this question, and Jenny, I'm sorry, I said some user, so that's Jenny Jones. My apologies, I didn't mean to say some user. So yeah, but I will take your question as well, Jenny. I think you have a follow-up comment, but go ahead, Win. You ask first. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got Zapier, we've got webhooks, really handy. So no matter what you do, want to do, that covers most things. I'm thinking about other systems wanting to get data out of Consulto. Is there any future plans to create an API that we can grab data from your system and put it into, let's say, HubSpot or InCharge or some kind of, VBout? A lot of people here use VBout and InCharge, and they'll probably want to get the data out of Consulto and into InCharge in order to be able to then distribute it to the various other systems that they've got interconnected with it.
Do you mean like downloading all chat and stuff? Or I'm not sure if you're talking about an automated API where we send the data, because that's handled with the webhooks, and we're not planning right now to do direct integrations at this moment. We have lots of other features that we're focused on, like the call routing and stuff. But if you're talking about direct integrations with HubSpot and Pipedrive and Salesforce and the like, we're not planning these in 2021.
Okay.
Maybe in 2022, but I'm not sure.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Okay. So does agent can handle incoming chats through phone, and if yes, how does the system identify the available status?
We currently don't connect to a phone. We do connect to our mobile app, which will be launched soon on the phone. We don't connect through SIP to a regular phone.
So when it comes to using calling, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I missed that part, but calling works without video as well, correct?
Yes, it
And
works without video.
and
You
can I
can do it.
connect my Twilio SID, or which are you? Do I purchase Twilio credits from you, or are there multiple providers you support? Does that work?
No. We provide the entire solution. You don't need to purchase Twilio at all. Think about the. No one needs to purchase anything.
Okay.
Because this is not an SMS service, is it? This is all done through. Well, I think you said WebRTC or something like that.
Correct. We do send SMS messages as notifications right now, but it's not an SMS solution. And Twilio we don't use Twilio for video conferencing, by the way, but the customer doesn't need to purchase credits anywhere. From our perspective, we said that we want to do three things, right? Simplify, organize, and boost the meeting. So simplify is just take the installation code from here. Wait, let me show it here. Take the installation code from here and drop it on your website, and that's it. Okay, this is the simplify. You don't need to do anything else, and you'll have video conferencing from your website at that single moment. Organize is everything that I showed you. This chat center where all the documents and shared files and everything is organized in the customer feed, as well as the scheduling in the same solution. And the boost is solutions like the 3D, which is the first one that we already launched, and we're planning to launch a few other cool things in the near future.
So just go back to the SMS and the email. So when somebody schedules a call or a meetup, so they put their name in, they put their email and their mobile, I guess. So your system automatically notify them via email and SMS, or how does that work? And can you tailor those messages and the frequency of those follow-ups?
Okay, so we do send emails. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. Just a moment. I need to open my email for this.
This is awesome, by the way. I'm getting excited. That's why I'm just like firing questions at you. I'm telling yourself on your solution. So
Thank you so much. Okay, this is what the email will look like. Okay, so this is the email that as you remember a few moments ago, I sent an email as a test. So this is the email that I received, and I have a link to the meeting, and I can start the call from this email. And I will also receive a notification about an hour before the meeting starts. The customer will get more or less the same email. but it will say if it's white labeled, he will not see the Consulto branding there, and if it is, he will. You can also right now we enable white labeling the email. I'm in the appointment center in the settings, and here in the advanced section I can white label the emails, and in my case they are turned on, and I can put a signature on the bottom of the email. We don't let the customers change entirely the email because it has information that has to be there, but we do let them put their own signature in the email. I hope that answers the question.
So that's email. Sorry, I must have missed the text part. Sorry, I've just been looking at the chat as people have been talking. But is there a you mentioned earlier that there was a SMS notifications that went out as
Right.
well?
SMS notifications, currently, we have them on chats, on calls, and contact forms, and
Oh
soon
yeah,
to be added to scheduling events as well, not yet implemented. So
okay,
here you can select exactly to which number and which email you get the notifications,
perfect.
and you can set on which events you want to get them.
That's great. That's amazing. This is powerful, man.
Thank you.
Yes, it is very powerful and very good interface as well. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure. How big is your
Yeah.
team, Ilan? And now tell me a little bit about your company. Where are you, like, primarily based in Israel? Do you have a team worldwide? How are you? Can you give us a little bit of an idea around that?
Sure. So we're quite a small company, around 10 people, all in all. And we have an engineering team in India. The product team and myself were based in Israel. Marketing team is in Paris, and we have, yeah, we're distributed, by the way. Again, we believe in this distribution. We wanted it from the beginning, so that's how we are. Everyone's working from home today, and yeah, that's the thing. Amazing development happening, across the world, and I really enjoy this. Think about the product that's being developed overseas with people in Israel and India and Brazil. This is really, I think it's a really amazing time to be working from home and living this new standard. Um, Especially that now, if you think about it, people can select or choose where they want to live without even thinking where they need to work. Okay,
Mm.
in
Are you
today,
using Consulto to drive your sales?
sorry, what? Sorry, what?
Are you using Consulto to drive your sales?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just showed you on our website. This is Consulto.
Yeah, yeah. I'm kidding. I'm just,
It's
you know.
it's intercom. Intercom.
Yeah, it's good. It's
um,
good to that you are eating your own dog food, right? Meaning you are using your own product. So
yeah,
it's
right.
Right. The reason it's good is because we really feel the pain when customers send us, a feature request. We say, yeah, we know, we need it, we also need it for our own website. So we feel the pain.
Have you got
yes.
any? Do you want to talk about a little bit about? So you started in 2018. You got 10 people. Um,
Yeah, we
do you
relaunched,
have
by
any?
the way.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I was going to say, do you have any uh, investors that that kind of got you guys rolling with this? And how did you
Yeah.
kind of like get? How did you uh,
So
get to this point?
we bootstrapped most of the time. We relaunched at the beginning of 2020. So we had a solution that was not so good before, but we relaunched and we entirely renovated it during 2019. And 2 months later, COVID started, and we got lots of interest in the solution. And since then, there is one of the largest and most well-known Israeli funding accelerators that hosts us, and they also invested in Consulto. Their name is Fusion LA, great team, and they're helping us move forward and pushing us really, really, really strongly.
Nice. Awesome.
Okay, I think we can go back to our other screen. There we go. Thank you, Ilan, for sharing and giving a great overview. Now, how long is your Appsumo campaign going on for?
Uh, Nilesh, I'll answer that. Before we end, we have one last raffle to do. Okay, I forgot to
Okay.
say that at the beginning that there are two raffles.
Okay. Okay.
So with regards to your question, we started a few weeks ago, and it's going to end in just a couple of weeks after September 1st. I don't. We don't have a final date yet, but somewhere there.
Okay. Okay. And how's your campaign going so far? What kind of response have you received in terms of your user base? And the next thing I want to ask you, and I hope Sophia you are listening, because do you have like a Facebook group or something where users can go to and connect with you? And if that's the case, then you're welcome to leave a link in our live. In
Sure.
yes.
So with regards to a few things, one, we're looking for partners. One of the, I mean, we saw lots of interest in Consulto, and we saw lots of people giving us really good reviews, and I saw lots of conversation about the sponsorship of reviews, and we're really trying to avoid all that stuff. And we had this incident at the beginning of the campaign, and we learned from that, and I mean, many of this is new for us. And right now, what we're looking for is partners that will help us spread the word outside and to the rest of the world. So if any of you, the people listening to this, wants to be a partner, just go to the Consulto back office and hit this partner, become a partner here in the personal settings, partnerships, and this will take you to this page where you just fill your details, and we'll take you from there. You can also go to our website, and at the bottom, just hit this partners button, and you will join us. So this is one. As for the reviews that we received, we were pretty surprised. I mean, all the reviews were really nice, and we got lots of feedback that really helps us shape the future of Consulto. I can say that the roadmap and the votes that we got really helped us decide on what will be the next step and next steps for the future of this system. And the last thing that you asked was, sorry, I missed something.
Yeah, the last thing I asked you was like, do you have like a Facebook group for Consulto
Right.
users or something?
Yes, of course. So we have a Facebook group. You just go to Facebook and look for Consulto Meters, I think it's called.
Yeah, so
It's we
Sophia can leave a link in the comments for
Sure.
everybody who's watching.
Here it is. And this is the groups.
Oh, let me.
And we're
I'm not sharing the screen. One second.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, let me put it. I'll just put it in the chat.
yeah, yeah. I'm sharing your screen now. So
All right, all right. So
yeah.
this is the Consulto Meters group. We're growing it, and we're trying to respond to questions there, and we're sharing new features and new products and getting requests and feedback. So everything happens within the group.
Okay,
Can I
fantastic.
can I ask you a question real quick? I see something really interesting on your site. There's some really cool things here that we haven't talked about, but one is the payment transfer. How does that work?
Payment transfer. By the way, I just showed you how everything here is customizable. I forgot to mention that the branding and can be entirely customizable for both the widget and the click and talk page. So you can just paint everything and then reset it back to the old situation. So how it works and how it will work very soon with Stripe. The way it works
Mhm.
is that right now we have a PayPal integration. Let me show you this in action. Okay. So, for example, there are two ways. that we can do this right now. I can decide that the meeting will start with a payment, or I can ask for a payment during the call or during the chat itself. So for example, I'm talking with Ilan right now, and I want Ilan to pay me. So I'm going to raise the amount, and I'm going to send a request. As a result, Ilan will see, I can see that the payment request got to or arrived at the destination. Here on the right, or the customer side, he has a payment request, and once he clicks this, he will be forced, or he will open the PayPal. Now this goes to Consulto. This is very important. This goes to Consulto when he pays. By the way, if I cancel it, this will say payment has failed. This goes to Consulto, and the reason is that we want to make sure that the payment, that we know what happened during the payment. And the only way to do this is with us being somewhere in between the transaction. And there were requests on the Appsumo campaign for us to change this and make this a link to PayPal, but then the agent will not get any notification that the payment was made. So that's probably the reason that we're in between there. What we do in order to prevent fraud is we keep the transaction for 24 hours and then we send it. So if there is any fraud, the both sides or one of the sides need to contact us, and we hold the payment. With Stripe,
How does that work with how does that all work with fees? So you got about 3% PayPal fees that get absorbed on one, and then if you have to pass it, you're going to take another 3%. Is there kind of like an
No. It's we don't take it to ourselves. It's not that we keep it. It's just it's held in the system. I'll explain how it works. Once the customer pays to PayPal, it's there, and then we 24 hours send a message or an API request to PayPal to transfer it to the destination. It's not that we keep it in our channel or something. It just passes through, and it's a pretty old mechanism in PayPal, and that's one of the reasons we're moving to Stripe. It's much more renovated and modern in Stripe, and Stripe has a much better way to do this, which also doesn't reflect that we're in the middle. So that's and by the way, for us, it's just an accounting headache being in the middle. We don't want to be there, and the only reason we're there is just because we want to reflect to the agent that the payments were made or not made. So with Stripe, it's gonna be removed or almost removed. And
so
one other thing.
Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
And if we want the meeting to start with a payment, which is also a possibility, now look what happens. I will make a call. The agent received a message that someone is waiting for the approval. If I approve, it will tell me your peer is currently paying. Please give him a few moments. This guy pays. Once he pays, the meeting starts. If he doesn't pay, the meeting will not start.
Oh, how amazing! This is so powerful. And I only just I know you mentioned WhatsApp before, but I didn't click that Messenger and WhatsApp were native integrations with your chat.
So WhatsApp and Messenger are not native integrations. They're simply links to WhatsApp and Messenger.
Okay.
They will open your WhatsApp web or your Messenger on your device.
Okay. Really cool. Very
By
cool.
the way,
I'm really
these are
excited about this.
to do native somewhere in 2022, but not in the next few months.
I got you.
Yes.
So
Hey,
native
Jason
would mean
has
that.
a question here. Should the payment request pop-up have the amount stated? Does that make sense?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Should the payment request pop up have the amount stated?
I mean,
Yeah, I get
what
what you're
amount?
saying. Like the request should say.
I think, okay. Usually you will see. Okay, and I think I understand. Okay, usually you will see here the amount, but I decided that I don't want to show it. So usually there will be here another bubble with like ask me anything with this one-click video chat for $1. Okay, I don't
Cool.
All right. Any other questions?
I got another question for you. Let's say I need to bring more than one person into my meeting. Can I have like 5 people in the meeting? Can I invite 10 people on the call?
Group
Or,
meetings coming up soon. We just started developing it. And yes, okay, I'll explain the complexity that we have with group meetings. It's super easy for us to create a video call with a few agents or a few customers. The more challenging thing for us, and that's why it takes us a little bit more time to develop it, is having the chats aligned with all this group conversation. Okay, we want this chat to be, it will be in Telegram style, where a person that joins the chat can see the past and the future messages. And just building that room where only these people can see it, that's the more complicated thing that we're now working on. Building the video, I mean, the only reason we didn't launch the video yet with multiple people on the video room is that we don't want this to be like a bad user experience where you have the single customer chat and a group meeting on the side. It just will not look or behave well. People will think that they were sending messages to all the people while they're sending just to one person. So we're working on the group chat and the group calls as well.
Okay. Alston has a question there. Does payment method support credit card or others compared to
Yes,
PayPal too?
PayPal. Yes, PayPal supports credit card, Mastercard, and Visa, and Stripe supports them as well. And we're soon launching Stripe.
how far away for the Stripe? Do you know?
The first version of so there are 2 iterations for Stripe. The first iteration is the billing to Consulto, which will be part of the add-ons that I mentioned before, because we just can't do the add-ons without Stripe. The second iteration is the customer-to-customer transactions, as I mentioned before. So the first iteration is going to be launched, I hope, by the end of September, including all those add-ons, and then the cost of the recordings will be clear, by the way, and the customer to customer is supposed to be launched by the end of November. Could be probably earlier than that, but more or less.
So how much will it cost for people to get that upgrade when it comes along, or is that included in the Appsumo deals?
No, that's. Do you mean the customer to customer?
Yeah, the customer to customer and the Stripe payments integration, is that all part of it?
Yeah. That's part of it. We're not going to charge anything for that, because the Appsumo deal, at least, at least 3 and 4 and 5. Sorry, it's the tiers 3 and 4 and 5 have the money transfer, and they'll have it as well. So we're not going to charge it any more than that.
Okay, no, this is great. Awesome. Amazing. It's an amazing tool.
It is.
Thank you.
It is a great tool, and I'm sure, in terms of features and functionality, based on what you shared, Ilan, you're going to add a lot more too. So, for sure, I mean, you are thinking about sustainability, long term things. So, I understand where you are coming from. I hope it clarifies for a lot of you users who are watching today that the reasoning behind not just giving everything away versus having to able to, I'll tell you what's happened in the past as well, like I mean there are things where like developers have given away and then they haven't been able to sustain, and some who have done really well and then still not able to protect the interest of the community and the users, right? Like so, I hope you have the middle ground in people get to use and enjoy Consulto and helps them drive sales in their organization or whatever they're doing, right? So
Absolutely.
One question I did have was about invoices. Along with the Stripe payments and PayPal, will this also do invoicing?
So we send invoices right now with PayPal to the customers that paid.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect. Yeah,
And again,
that's all I
the
had.
challenge there for us is that the invoices come from Consulto, and this is something that we're trying to solve right now. and it's not the best. And that's one of the reasons we're moving to Stripe, or adding Stripe, because just the invoicing there is much better than what we currently have. As I mentioned, the PayPal solution is pretty outdated from PayPal side, by the way, and we're building a much better solution right now. The mechanics works, and it's been in use quite a lot, in fact. And so people that want to enjoy it right away, they can, and it's mature.
So, Joe, I'm not sure what you mean. You're saying do not give it away. So,
He's just agreeing with what you said, Neilish, in terms of yeah.
yeah, as in agreeing, as in, I mean, because some of these APIs, in, there is a cost associated to it, right? Like, so, yes, I mean, I would like to use it for free for the rest of my life, but, if everybody thinks that way, it might not be very sustainable, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a middle, like you said, there's a middle ground. We're trying to, the whole idea is putting together a compelling value deal, but at the same time, you've got to be sustainable, and you got this huge burden of Appsumo licenses that aren't giving you any ongoing MRR, or So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, no, Joe is a fair guy. He knows what he's talking about, so he means like recording. So, thanks, Joe, for agreeing here. Or I'm not sure if that's sarcasm, but I think you agree as well. So, appreciate that. Now, yes. So that's it. I think, is there
One
anything
last
else?
raffle. One last raffle.
Up to you. Yes, sure.
Absolutely. Let's go for it. So, guys, let's. I will say one thing here. We're building the future of VRM. What VRM is, like visual relationship management, like CRM but VRM. And
Is
Got
it
it.
if
the
you want,
3D thing? Is it the 3D thing that you showed, the
it's the
car going around?
3D, it's the video, it's the screen sharing, it's everything that people can do remotely. Okay, it's everything that people can do remotely, and it's visual. It's not only text or calls. So that's what we're building here. There's a lot coming soon, and if you dig around in the internet, you'll see a few of our ideas already there. But anyways,
Man.
what I want, we're gonna do another raffle, and this time I would like you to select another number, guys.
So let's do 4. Okay.
4. All
Yes.
right, all right. Let's finish with a
I
4.
love your creative ideas.
Like
Okay, let me.
3. Yeah.
Okay, none is blue. So what I want is anyone that is listening and wants to win a lifetime deal here on Consulto needs to go now to our website and write VRM in the widget, in my widget. So go to Consulto. Wait, let me show. Open Ilan Harel here and send a WhatsApp. Sorry, send a chat message where you say VRM, which is again visual relationship management. Oh, we got the first one.
There you go. No mucking around.
And we need to count to 4. Sorry, this is the first one. This is probably the second one. Third one, VRM. And
You're
fourth.
banned, Elston. No more for you.
Okay, this is the fourth one. Oh, he sent WhatsApp. He didn't send VRM. No.
Oh, I'm getting in there.
We still don't have the fourth one, guys.
Okay.
Here it is. It's coming. Who is this? No, it's another chat. Okay, Jermaine. Jermaine, if you write now VRM, you're gonna be the winner.
I'm gonna get in there and put a fake name in there real quick.
Oh, Jermaine is the winner. So Sophie will contact you later on. Thank you very much for listening, and hope you see us build the future of VRM in the future. And we hope we'll help you go personal again with your customers.
That's great. Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Thank you,
Amazing,
Ilan,
Ilan.
for your generosity. And, I hope Alston, and who was the other gentleman who won?
Jermaine.
Jermaine. Congrats.
Jermaine.
I hope you use Consulto in your business and lead sales and scale, right? So for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Rocking.
So what any closing thoughts, Ilan? What do you want to advise people? I mean, I'm sure because the recording stays in the community, there's going to be more questions maybe coming up. So maybe Sophia can help answer some of those questions, and then Tally's in the community as well as yourself. So, but yes, if there is anything you want to say as your closing comments, please go ahead. Yes.
So if anyone has questions, we will be able to answer. We usually respond with the widget on our website, in the group, in the Facebook group as well. Those are probably the best ways. If it's something that anyone else can enjoy, the Facebook group would be perfect. If it's something that you think only you can enjoy, just ask us privately on the Consulta widget, and we'd be happy to answer. We try to answer everything. One of the things that we noted is that we work in the Israeli time zone, so usually there's a gap, and we answer many of the questions when people are asleep, and they in some cases they wait for a couple of hours. But when we're on and we're working, we practically answer in minutes or hours. And I think the best way to work with Consulto and learn about the system is just go to our website, schedule a meeting with us, and we'd be happy to show you around and share our screen, just show you everything, because that's what we sell, right? So we're just going to show you the system.
That's fantastic. So, Consulto is on Appsumo, and then please guys check it out. And any questions, any follow up comments, feel free to check the link for Consulto community in this, and I'll post it separately on the events page as well. But please check out Consulto, and Ilan, thank you so much for joining and for generously giving away LTDs as well to our community users and win. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Elan. Thanks,
Oh,
Nilesh. Thanks
thank you.
everyone
And
for joining
thanks a lot,
us.
Sophia, for answering all those questions. So, Sophia, appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks,
See you
Sophia.
answering all those questions. So, thank you very much. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
And
you
I'm
very much
going
for the stage
Take care. Bye.
and for the
to post all
opportunity.
the
Bye,
notes
guys.
that I've taken of this call, and I'm going to post them into the group chat there, so if anyone wants to.
Totally.